Hello and welcome to the Dominion Daily for July 19th, 2026. We've got Sunday campaign features, Rope has with Horse, and each player starts with 7 spoils in place of their coppers. My recollection is that the bot has trouble with that and not putting itself in a position where it doesn't have any money. But I guess we'll see. And then, yeah, Rope, we're having horses. Rope just gets better. Okay, that's fair enough. What else have we got going on this board? We've got... So for trashing, we've got Rope. And then Grotto often acts like a form of... Not trashing exactly. It's a way to deal with your starting cards, potentially. Or with victory cards later in the game. Both. For actions, we've got Contract to set stuff aside. We've got Gondola. You gain a Gondola, you can play an action. Sculptor can gain villagers by gaining treasures. Band of Nomads you can turn favors into actions when you gain a card costing at least 3, and the favors are coming from Contract. Okay. For draw, we've got Black Cat, and then Rope gives you a little bit of draw when you gain it because of the horse. Otherwise, it's draw neutral. Grotto is also... Well, Grotto's actually draw negative, but it does give you start of turn draw, which is gives you some reliability. But basically, we're talking about Black Cat. And I guess the favors could also be draw from Band of Nomads, but you got to play a Contract, which is a stop card. You play Contract as a stop card, you get 1 favor. So it's not really, it can't really be net draw the way it can be net actions, because when you play the Contract, that doesn't cost an action. And then gains, we got +5 from Astrolabe, +5 from Fishmonger. Contract also effectively can give +5 with Band of Nomads. Sculptor is gains. Rope it has +5 as well. So plenty of gains. Okay, so let's see. Foresight does not return your buy, so that's not gonna be super great in the early going here. What you could do, though... So Foresight actually can also be draw, because you set aside an action card and then you put it in your hand at the end of the turn, and then that's, you know, +1 card for your next turn. So that goes in the draw category. What you could do here is like open with a thing and then use the starting favor to get +5 off of that, and then like put it into hand with Foresight, for example. Something to think about anyway. So what are we going towards here overall? Like, Sculptor definitely looks good because you want all the ropes anyway. Sculptor gaining Gondola is potentially nice. At some point, you probably want Potion. I mean, there's not a lot of action cards on this board, admittedly, but you still probably want the option to take Vineyards. Astrolabe is maybe okay. But yeah, early Sculptor looks good to me. Grotto. Getting a couple of grottos and then just not bothering to trash estates is definitely an option. I mean, we're going to want to play with rope anyway, so trashing estates certainly is an option, but... We've got as much as 12 money this turn, and then 9 next turn. We do have the favor that we can use to get an extra buyout if we want that. I think we're going to want to open with a sculptor, possibly with 2 sculptors. Could just open 2 sculptors. We play 9 coins, and we get a buyback. Then we get kind of more money than we really would need if we just wanted Sculptor Foresight. That's a little tricky. I mean, we could just go ahead and do it anyway. Our deck will get very small very fast from spending the spoils. We could spend as few as 4 of them on the 2 sculptors and just leave it at that. Then we'd still have 5 spoils. The other thing we could do... I think we could do is like potentially take 2 5s one of the turns and just keep 1 spoils. Like take 2 sculptors and a contract or something. And then you have like 7 cards, 2 sculptors, contract, 3 estates, and 1 spoils. It's really too bad that we don't have the ability, like, to be able to like get Sculptor Foresight it, and then also get like another 5 on top of that or something. Like actually fully use the 12. It's probably fine. Yeah, I think what are the advantages of if we foresight the sculptor this turn, then we can like gain a rope and get plus buy next turn. And then we can still get our double 5 at that point. And that is pretty good. Well, not necessarily, because we're going to trigger a shuffle. We could end up then drawing into 3 estates and 2 spoils. That's still not that bad, though. I think I will go ahead and do that. So We buy Sculptor. We take buy Foresight. Ah. The bot did the same thing. Wow. All right then. Sculptor. Rope. And we could just do a 5 and Foresight again. So we spent 3, now 4, 5 out of 7 spoils. We don't really need the Foresight at this point, though. We're going to have a 6-card hand, which is going to be Sculptor, Estate, Spoils, Force. I think we just buy Sculptor Contract. Double Sculptor also wouldn't be crazy, but I think we're going to want the favors from Contract. Well, and the actions. Oh, I don't know. Maybe we do just go Double Sculptor. Like, we're going to get plus buy from Rope, so we don't need the favors for that. So the main value of the favors would be the plus actions. Hmm. I mean, well, hmm. I don't know. It's not clear to me whether we should be playing with Contract here, but I think I will take one. All right, so do we trash an estate or do we just grotto estates? I kind of think just grotto them. We can always trash them later. Take the rope and a grotto. And spend this last spoils. I think so. Get one more contract. All right. Let's take... another rope. We could also take a gondola. Maybe that's better. Gondola plays the sculptor for free. We don't really need the extra buys just yet. The advantage of the rope is it gives us the horse. Hmm. Hmm. We're going to want to gain another grotto either way. And we can potentially contract the horse. I'm not sure if we actually need to yet. We can always gain gondola later for the purpose of storing up villagers if that's our goal. What do we want to buy this turn? Like, it might be time to start getting black cats. We could buy a bunch of those. And then potentially contract some of them. Looks reasonable to me, at least. Right, do we want to spend favors on anything? We could spend favors on an action to save a villager. Villagers are more flexible. But they can also, the favors can also be draw. I think I'll just... Does this order matter? Hold on. We don't have... Oh yeah, no, we have to do it. Wait. Do we need to spend... We gain the rope. We have one villager. We play sculptor. We spend the villager. Yeah, we need to... Yeah, okay. We actually need to take action so that we can then do grotto and still play it. So, do we want to contract the horse, or do we just want to grotto it? We grotto 4 cards. We're gonna draw 6 total. Surely that's enough. I guess the advantage of contracting it would also be it would give plus actions, but I don't think that's a huge deal. And yeah, I think I'm just gonna take some black cats. Or black cats, okay. Alright, maybe we should have contracted the horse after all. What a big deal. We can use a favor to draw a card. Um, that seems fine. Sculpt a rope. Draw a card. Take an action. Grotto. We could be contracting the horse. We want to just set aside a black cat. That's probably fine. Right. And then sculpt. Well, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I do kind of want to get the rest of the black cats. And the rest of the ropes. I don't think I can do both. Yeah. Yeah, I don't see a way around that difficulty. It's probably more important to get the extra black cat. Yeah, let's go ahead and contract the horse this time. I don't think I want to contract the black cat, though. Okay, so piles are officially low now. The bot kind of needs to score. It isn't going to. Okay. Okay. Is there any way? Well, there's no way we can get 5 sculptors this turn. Vineyards are only worth 4. And could go down if we play horse, which, I mean, we're going to play at least 1. And no, that's only worth 3. Alright, once again, we could draw a card with Band of Nomads. We could take a potion and then grotto the potion. Like, we don't... The bot has to score to win. We don't necessarily. We just need to build up enough that we can empty the sculptors. I don't see how the bot would be able to do that. It's got 2 golds and a silver and 5 ropes. That's not... I guess it has a couple gondolas. And not only would it have to score, but it'd have to score enough to overcome the Black Cats. So I think... I like... taking... gondola... drawing a card... playing... sculptor for potion... grotto... 3 estates and a potion... contract the horse... and... next turn, this, I think... the bot has... I can't see how the bot is going to get 5 sculptors and like a province and a duchy or province estate or something. So, we take fishmongers that would make our vineyards better. Also a relatively easier pile to empty. Next turn we're going to have 4 buys minimum. If we take 2 fishmongers, we could have 6 buys and then gain an astrolabe, and we could get to 7 buys and maybe just empty the fishmongers and not even bother with scoring. And that seems easier than emptying sculptors. So sure, why not? These also don't get in the way of us drawing into our Black Cats. Because emptying gondolas is starting to look more plausible now. Bot's definitely trying to avoid greening. You can see it happening. But now I just win on gondolas like pretty trivially. So, sculpt gondola to play sculptor to gain gondola, play that. We discarded 3 estates and a potion. We don't need any of that. We could spend this, but it doesn't really matter. Can I guess I can't just decline both of these at once. And this is why I didn't want to trash my estates. It's pretty stupid. But yeah, this is sort of like me stealing the bot's usual strategy on a black cat board. But the difference was that I was able to do this while maintaining deck control, which usually the bot isn't able to do when it goes for this sort of thing. I think I lost my train of thought. Oh, right. I think there was basically no chance of the bot successfully dodging like really any curses there. Like if it had tried to green at all, it would have gotten 6 curses. And I mean, if it like on that last turn, it could have gotten like double province, so it would have net gained some points, but not enough to like really save it. I mean, it could have not lowered while also doing that, but then it would have had a bunch of curses in its deck, and its deck control was already worse than mine because it wasn't playing with Grotto. So yeah. Yeah, but overall, pretty silly kingdom. Yeah, not much else to say about that. Okay, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.